Have you ever given your all at work, like doing overtime and sacrificing your weekends and all that, but then getting nothing in return? Hmm? Are you one of those people? Well, around the world, workers are saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. I worked a job for about 7 years, and I was on the same salary for that 7 years. You can imagine how frustrating it was for me and all that. So today I want to talk about quiet quitting, right? Today we'll go into quiet quitting. What does quiet quitting actually really mean? You might be doing it, but you don't know that it's quiet quitting. You don't know that it's quiet quitting you're doing, but you're actually doing it. So let's decode quiet quitting today. So, what exactly does quiet quitting actually mean? Guys, I just thought of something. I should have done this video in an office setting to make it more, But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm in my little kitchen and I'm doing this. What matters is the value I'm bringing to you. So, what does quiet quitting actually mean? It doesn't mean resigning from your job. No. Instead, it means that employees will now do just exactly what their job description is, nothing more. Do you understand? You just do what your job description says you are to do, full stop. And that means no unpaid overtime, no extra emotional labor, and no going above and beyond when there's no reward for it. Simple. Globally, this is seen as a pushback against burnout and toxic hustle culture. But in Nigeria, things get a little more interesting. In Nigeria, like, the workplace comes with its own unique culture. Many people grow up hearing phrases like "be loyal to your oga" or "hard work pays." But then, when salaries don't actually match the workload, and also cost of living is rising, workers, employees are beginning to rethink the game. So this is what quiet quitting looks like in a nutshell. For example, if your closing time is 5 p.m., you don't go 5:01 will not meet you on your desk. 5 sharp, you're leaving the office. I attended an institution where 15 minutes to 5, everybody's packing their things. 5 o'clock sharp, everybody is standing up and they are going. They're like, they cannot give 1 extra minute for anything. Do you understand? That is quiet quitting. Then, of course, there's also people like after work hours, they will not answer calls from their bosses. They will not answer WhatsApp messages, all those messages on WhatsApp group. You will not get them all until the next day, work hours. Right? That is quiet quitting. Doing your task and only your tasks, nothing else, nothing concern you with anybody else's work. You're helping this body. A colleague is asking you to stand in for them. Maybe they have a sick child or something. You say, no, nothing like that. You only do your own work. Kawaii. That is quiet quitting. And of course, focusing energy on side hustles, because of course, these days in Nigeria and most places, salary alone is not enough. So most people have side hustles here and there, to bring in extra income. So you focus more energy on those side hustles than on your actual 9 to 5. Yeah. So even during your 9 to 5, you will find that you're doing 1 or 2 things concerning your side hustle. That is quiet quitting. So why is quiet quitting happening in Nigeria and other places? There is a number of reasons. And truly speaking, you can't really blame employees, truly speaking. Number one reason is low pay versus higher cost of living, right? Many workers feel exploited when their pay doesn't actually match what they actually do. Number two, we have toxic work environment. Some bosses expect their workers to be loyal, depending on servitude. Do you get what I'm saying? Then, of course, there's burnout, right? Like people working long hours and then you are in traffic. Lagos. My Lagos people understand this one. Traffic for long hours and then very little recognition, like you do something and you're not recognized. Like all these things cause people to go into quiet quitting. And then, like I mentioned earlier on, side hustles and opportunity to go abroad. Let us be honest here. Many Nigerians and other Africans in other African countries have side hustles. They are freelancing and they're even preparing. In fact, many of them are preparing to Japa. So what that basically means is that the 9 to 5 is just a means for them to survive, and it's not even the priority for them. If you agree, please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Just go and click the subscribe button. But then there's a twist, and here is the twist. Nigeria is a country that values hard work and respect for hierarchy. So for the older generations, like, for the older generations, for them, quiet quitting can look like laziness or like lack of ambition. Meanwhile, the younger ones, especially the Gen Z, my Gen Z people, I'm gonna have you people on this my channel. Meanwhile, the Gen Z are flipping the script. For them, quiet quitting is not laziness or lack of ambition. For them, it is self-preservation, to say the least. Think about the banker, right? Bankers work really long hours. Before the banks actually open, they have been there like 2 hours before. And after the banks actually close, they are there another 2 or 3 hours after. So think about that bank. Think about that banker who works like 12 hours, but then his salary is barely enough to cover his bills, right? Or that teacher who has not seen a salary increase, or even sometimes they don't even pay them for months. Sometimes they have not even seen a salary increase for years. Just like me, that I told you guys about my on this thing. Did I say it? I can't remember, but if I didn't, let me say it now again. I worked a job for about 7 years, and for that 7 years, I was on the same salary all throughout. Imagine people, there's many more people living like that, and who don't even have a choice to even say, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm gone. Also, I want to think of the civil servants who also clock in, do the bare minimum, and focus on their side hustles. Because that actually is, most of the times, the side hustles even bring in more money than the actual 9 to 5. So what I'm saying basically all in all is that many workers, many employees are physically present at work, at their workplaces, but are mentally checked out. And that is quiet quitting. So if this quiet quitting continues, guys, what does it basically mean for the future workforce, future workplace? Unfortunately, it seems like employers are not even like seeing this issue. They're not seeing what is happening. So in the future, will employers like increase people's salary and improve work conditions, or will workers continue to focus on their side hustles and like give more energy on what they have more control over? And if nothing changes, right, we will see a drop in productivity in some sectors, while talent shifts into entrepreneurship and remote opportunities. That's what we're going to see eventually if this quiet quitting thing continues. To me, quiet quitting is not laziness. To me, quiet quitting is about boundaries. And in Nigeria and in many other places, it is becoming a silent protest against unfair workplaces and unfair work conditions. So what do you think? Would you ever try quiet quitting if you're in Nigeria, or if you're anywhere else? Would you ever try quiet quitting, or are you already doing the quiet quitting safe? 5 o'clock, boom, you don't carry your bag, they go. Or do you believe like our work culture makes it impossible? In my opinion, who work culture ape? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your stories. I would love to hear all of your stories. I'm sure we all have one story. I'm sure we all have one story or the other to tell, and we can learn from each other. If you think this is not right, you feel like maybe sometimes, patience pays. If you keep working, just put in your best, you never know. Because, I've seen people who have been loyal, and their loyalty at work, at their workplace, has actually eventually paid off. But that's like one in, I don't know how many, I don't know what the probability of that happening is. So would you risk that, or you go the quiet quitting route? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more insightful videos on culture, society, and the realities of life in Nigeria and all around the world. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.